guys, gals, warrior princesses of all ages and genders. Welcome to Tutorial Tuesday. Today's tutorial is going to be inspired by Jane Austen's era, the late 1700s, I believe 1780s to early 1800s. I'm going to be starting with my Nivea Men Post Shave Balm. This really helps to extend the wear of my makeup. I really like it. My bronzer, my blush, my highlight, they all look exactly as they did when I applied them in the morning when I go to take off my makeup at night. So I really like that about this primer. It's very good. Next, we're going in with the Milani Prime Perfection. This is a new primer to the drugstore. It is supposed to be hydrating and pore minimizing, so I'm just going to put that in my T-zone where my pores are larger and I need the help. This is the Becca Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream. This is slightly lighter than my skin tone. I typically mix this with something else to get the tone that I'm looking for, but we're kind of going for that really light, pale, translucent skin look because that was what was popular during this time period. So I'm just going to buff that into my skin with my beauty blender, and as you can see, it is making me a lot lighter. Next, we're going in with the Better Skin Concealer, rubbing that under my eyes, along my nose, above my eyes, and anywhere that I have any sort of problems or redness. And going to take my beauty blender and also just kind of press that into my skin, cover up those areas, and cover the veins on my eyelids. Right, and as you can see, it evened out my skin tone and made me look very pale and very kind of translucent, which is what we're going for. So, good job, Becca! Next, I'm going to be going in with this Glow ColourPop eyeshadow, just a base for my eyelids. I'm going to be using this BH Cosmetics brush and buffing that all over both of my lids. Then we're going to take this neutral rosy color and put that all over our lid. And the reason we're using these colors specifically is because during this time period, a lot of women had a red rosy ring around their eyes due to an irritation from the chemicals in their makeup, their face makeup. It caused their eyes to turn really red, and so they had this like rosy circle on their lid and in their under eye. Next, I'm going to be taking this deeper, warmer brown color and just kind of deepening up the crease so that our eyes aren't flat and they have some dimension to them. Our eyes. I'm working on my eye. So my eye has some dimension to it. I'm just going to take that in the inner V and then into the crease on both sides. And then I'm using a e.l.f. blending brush to do so, in case you were wondering. I would have been wondering. This is Morphe brush. This is new to my collection. I'm going to take the deeper color and dust that onto my outer V, and then the lighter color and do my inner V. We're keeping this really, really close to the lash line, so we don't want to give ourselves a sick look. We're not trying to do zombie makeup here. We're just trying to kind of give us that rosy ring tone to our eyes. And I think this works really well. Alright, next we're doing eyebrows. These are VIP, very important. Much like the trends of today that have recently come back due to Cara Delevingne and other actresses, they had a very bold brow. But unlike today's trend, it was not a natural bold brow. It was very much so drawn on. Having makeup was something that only rich people had, so when they wore it to show, I have more money than you, and it was very obvious that they were wearing face paint. I think that's what they refer to it as. But I'm bringing it a little bit closer so you can see how I'm applying my brow, but I'm just filling in my already kind of naturally bushy brows, but I'm just giving them a little bit more shape, a little half moon vibe going because that was what the women wore during this time. They had a half moon bold, drawn in brow. And it was like very circular towards the inner eye, more towards the nose, as opposed to like what we do now when we do like a very enunciated brow where you have the line and then it shoots out. I'm not explaining this very well, but they had a very bold half moon eyebrow. And that's what I'm giving you today, bold half moon eyebrows. Hoorah! Oh, and I used the L'Oreal Brow Stylist brow. It's like a Brow Wiz. And I really liked it. I like the spoolie and I like it. It's new to the drugstore. So, excitement. Next is the Brow Stylist Plumper by L'Oreal. This is just going to set my eyes. I really like this product. It pretty much hairsprays your eyelids on. Not your eyelids, your eyebrows. And yes, I did make a mistake. I hate when that happens. I was doing so good and then plop, splotch of makeup. Okay, so next I'm going to be taking this white eyeliner and just kind of opening up my eyes, giving me that doe-eyed effect that was ever so popular. And that is the moment that I realized I forgot to set my under eye. So that is what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to be using the e.l.f. under eye setting powder and the e.l.f. complexion brush. I don't think that's what it's called. This is the Lord & Berry eyeliner, and I'm going to be using this to intensify my beauty marks because that was very popular during this time period. They did not use eyeliner or kohl's for this. They actually used little muslin patches, but I obviously don't have a muslin patch, so I just intensified my natural beauty marks with this eyeliner, and I intensified the beauty mark I kind of created with my brow stylist. So we're going to be going into this e.l.f. blush palette. I'm going to be taking that red blush tone. And this time period, they did not do bronzer or highlight. They made their cheeks red to enunciate how pale they were. So we're going to be taking this across the cheekbone, down and up in a upside down triangle shape. This was to mimic how pale women naturally flushed. It was to contrast how pale they were. So that's what we're doing. We're just taking this across our cheek, down, and then back up in an upside down triangle shape. And then I'm going to next buff that out with a I think it's a Real Techniques powder brush. That's what I do next after I get it, yeah, as you can see. And then I'm going to take this Lord & Berry eyeliner and enhance another beauty mark that I have. So all of these are natural beauty marks except for the one above my eyebrow. Next we're going in with the Becca complexion cream and my beauty blender, and we're going to pale out my lips. Pale out, that's not a phrase, but essentially make a blank canvas so that we can draw on our lips. Because the lips of that era were rosebud shaped. They were small at the top and very plump and large towards the bottom. So I kind of just take this balm stain and trace them out. I think this is by Wet n Wild. It was supposed to be Fire Engine Red. I'm pretty sure it was called Rev Engine or something, but it turned out to be very pink, way too pink. I did not like how pink this was. So in the next clip, it's actually a lot more red because I use a Wet n Wild lipstick and in red, and I changed the color, but it's essentially the same shape. It's the rosebud shape, and I made it a lot smaller than what my lips are naturally, at least my top lip. And now we are putting on mascara. Simple, opens up your eyes, giving you that doe-eyed effect that was ever so popular during this time period. They tended to not have much going on their eyes, but I kind of wanted to give that red effect and then have that doe-eyed look that I don't have naturally. And that is the final look for this tutorial.
Next time, snaky worm snake.
Alright, now I need all of you to stand in line and tell me how wonderful I am, because I beat you.
You don't want to try it right now?
Josh, how do you feel?
Next time, you'll be defeated. You'll be crushed.
How do you feel, Jeremy, about being stomped?
It's like you're in a perpetual state of sleepiness.
Not always. It's just the only single.
This is one of my heads. This is my other head, and this is my body.
That's why I want to do it. This would be funny. Like,
Mark, it would be so funny. Especially if you kill like
Hey, Mark. Mark,
Hey.
how's it feel to get stomped?
by who?
Me.
Oh.
I beat you.
It doesn't feel good.
I mean, I touched the book.
How about you, Andrew? Because I killed you. How'd that feel?
I like all the fingers that I
Did not feel good. Did not feel good. I got thrashed by a snake.
It's not spicy.